You know what that means? We're doing wheel bearings on the K5 Blazer. Beautiful, majestic. These are just some of the tools you're going to need. We're also replacing the U-joints up there, so this will be quite the video. I'm going to try to pull off the old wheel bearings in under 5 minutes, have that one for you. And then we'll do the U-joints, and then we'll do the install of the new bearings. Guys, stay tuned. These are just some of the tools you're going to need right here. Take that bad boy off. Need a 19mm socket. Oh, that's a 21. 19. Pop those off. Let's continue. We'll take that tire off. And then we need the number 3. See if that'll focus. Allen wrench, whatever that means. Pop off our old hub, which is also getting replaced. Take it off with an impact gun. It doesn't matter unless you're going to use your old one, then you want to. Look how nice that is. Out with the old and with the new. That one's like 30 years old, that one's brand new. I don't think I need to point out which one's which. What is this steel with the spring? Funky. Okay, then there's a little clip here that goes around the hub there. You can just pop out with a screwdriver. You can throw it aside if you're replacing the hubs, because normally they come with them. The worn ones do from Summit at least. There's this C-clip right here. That's also a pain that you got to take off, which is very much a pain to do. Physically painful to take that stupid thing off. And then I threw it on the ground. If you guys can't see. There you go. Threw it on the ground. Ooh, I had a burp there. Okay, so I pulled out 2 of the bolts that held the hub on, and I stuck them in here, and then you can just kind of pull back and forth on them, and it slides right out. The old hub looks nice and greasy, full of grease. We'll sit that over there. What a mess. I should have really came up with a better way of doing this. And then we got 2 little bolts in there, which I'll have to show you what kind of socket jazz you need to take it out. Now you guys might notice that air compressor is running. That's because I'm going to take it out with an impact gun. So I'm replacing all this. All these spindles and everything. In there, I'm just going to replace all of it. So it doesn't really matter. And then there's another clip right here. It comes in, it's kind of taking grease. I'll show you. Okay, you need your T10 screwdriver for this one. Not because it bolts in there, but it fits perfectly into those holes, and you can just kind of walk it out. Okay, this little clip comes out next. It's kind of a pain to get out, but you can use the screwdriver trick. And that's out next. Now there's one more nut similar to that one that has to come out. And I'll also just take that out with the impact gun, same way I did before. I hope this triggers somebody. Close-up of it, by the way. About to come off. Next step is to pull the caliper off, which is right here. Pop those off. Let's see what size the socket is. 3/8. Allen wrench. Pop that off, and then I'll show you that coming off. Right here. Okay, so these pins just go through here to the dust guard shield. They go right through here into there, and you just take them out. This will pop out. I'm about to take it off. Let's see if we can get this off. You might have to sit the camera down for this, as always. It just slides back, it's not a big deal. I just set it up there, it'll stay. Okay, next step is to pull this rotor off. Once you got your caliper off, and this rotor just pulls straight back off. You have to pull on it fairly hard because there's a seal kind of holding it there. But it comes off, it puts up a little bit of a fight. Okay, so there it is off. There's the back side of it, there's the front side of it. There's a bearing. Oop, it fell on the floor. I don't want that. The next step is, oh, it zoomed in all crazy like there. Sorry about that. The next step is to pop these bolts off. There's 6 of them there, I believe. And we're almost to our U-joint that I want to replace. It's way in there. So we continue. Put off all those bolts. You're going to have to tug the dust guard off, and it just comes straight off. You're going to have to move it back and forth a lot to get it off. And then I'll show you what to do next. Be very careful with those because they're big money, like $150 a side. So be very careful not to damage that. Some states require you to have them for inspection. Okay. This could be a bear to get off. You might have to hit it with a hammer. If you do, hit it with like a rubber hammer, not too hard. But I'm just going to replace mine, so I'm going to hit it with a hammer. And then you'll see it start to spread right there. But I'm replacing this, so it doesn't matter. Spindle, what I believe you call it. So much butchering. Woo! But if you're not going to just replace that, you're just going to replace the bearings, you wouldn't be doing any of this. But you might have to carefully try to pry on it right there. If this is really rusted on or something like that, you just can't beat it with a hammer like I did. Don't do that. That'd be a bad idea. Okay, and it just pulls out. And then the shaft will just pull out as well. Oof. Look how rusty that is. Good gravy. And this whole shaft will just come on out. Come on down. Price is right. She's a long one. You could say we got shafted on this deal. And that's what we're going to be replacing right there. Our Fun Loving U-joint. Now somebody actually welded these caps on there. You can see right there. They booger welded it up on all of them. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe the clips weren't in there, but this should wiggle side to side. And it has no play in it whatsoever. So I would say it's a little bit bad. I'm going to replace those seals in this plate right here because they look pretty wallered. So with no farther, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so here are the seals in this dirty bag that go on there. The little rubber gasket, this outer seal is what I call it. And here's the plate that goes on there. Convincingly. This one, the new one might not go back in. I think you can seat it. I believe you can seat it with when you put it all back together, it'll seat up against the hub rotor assembly. And if you find that way, if it doesn't go on, it'll put itself back on. When doing this, it's important to use a lot of anti-seize. This is some secret sauce I made up. We're going to drip that all heavily over this deal. A little lube juice. Not sure if this is the best way to do it, but it's the way I found it works. You put a big old ball joint puller on there, and you place the top of it so it's around the cap, and then you just impact down here on your impact gun until it comes out. Sometimes they can have C-clips around there, but if this one did, they're long rusted off. So we'll just hit this with the impact gun. Guys, so this happens. I was cranking on it with the C-clamp, and the cap just popped right off. El Gonzo. And you can see that these bearings are all just total rust. Look at that. And I use this thing all the time, so it's not from it sitting around. It just lack of lubrication did that, and they all seize up. But it's no big deal if this happens. I just put the ball joint puller on here, and I push on this side, and it'll pop out from there. Okay, that's what's left of the old one. But where's the new one? Oh, it's in there. Look at that. Moves up and down so easily. Side to side. Ready to be installed. What's up, guys? It's day number 3, 2, whatever, since I got back at it. Here's the rotor slash hub, and I just filled it up with kerosene to get all the old icky grease out of there so I can reuse it. That's a tech tip right there. Pro tip. And our new U-joint. I can get it on camera here. Your new U-joint installed. And we're about to put our new spindle on. I'm just going to paint this real nice with anti-seize and bolt it up. Okay guys, here it is with the bearing and the seal on there and the shield, caliper mount on there just before I slide the rotor on there, and I'll show you me getting the other bearing on there. Okay, I got one of the hub bolts on, you can see it in there, and I'm just going to put it all back together and I'll show you what it looks like done because you already saw that. It's taking it off in reverse. Just don't want to put the bolts on too tight or too loose.